Well, our good friends at RugbyPass, we are live going in around the globe. We asked them in a new segment. Well, this segment for tonight is Ask the Boss, Kirsty. And what have our viewers, what have our watchers, what have our people online asked of our All Black
Yeah, I just want you to know, Ian, these aren't from me. These are actually from the fans at home. It's been your opportunity to ask Ian whatever you have wanted. Let's go with question number one. Are you concerned about the lack of powerful ball-running number 8s? Now, you've already touched on Kieran Reid. Maybe we can expand that question and ask who you're looking at to fill that void.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to say it's a position of concern, but it's definitely a position of interest. You know, we used Artie a lot there before, and I love the potential of what he does. But you have to have him on the park, and we've got a number of guys that we've utilised, but this Super campaign is really vital in that position, 6 and 8. You know, we need people to actually show week in, week out that they've got what it takes to go to the next step.
Question number 2, we'll move on. What is the next step in reshaping the All Blacks and how do you evolve as a team?
Look, we always are evolving. You know, every year, I mean, the All Blacks have never sat still. So, I mean, that's a given. But we've been given this, you know, we've been given this gift of losing a semi-final, which means that there's some things in our environment that we do need to reshape. And like I think I mentioned before, is that particularly learning how to deal with teams physically, if they want to play with us, play against us in that sort of mode. And I think, you know, some of the physicality of our game and where we use it needs addressing.
The term fear factor has been used a little bit, not necessarily with the All Blacks, but the next question is about that. Do you think the All Blacks still have their fear factor, seeing as other teams are beating the All Blacks now?
Yeah, look, I hear that often, and you know, I'm not trying to get defensive, but, you know, the last 8 years we've won 89% of our test matches, and so it's the most that we've done in our history. So are other teams scared of us? You have to ask them that. I certainly think that they probably prepare for the game of their lives when they play us, and maybe that does mean they still fear us a bit. Yeah,
I think that question there really I want to address as well, because no one fears anyone on the rugby field. There's unbelievable respect, and there's teams that go out knowing you have to play your best game to beat the All Blacks, right? So I think this fear thing is talked about, and I think it's got a little bit to do with the haka and intimidation. It just does not exist in the opposition. I don't think England fear us. I don't think they ever have. Do they know they've got to play their best game to beat us? Yes. So I think we just drop the fear stuff and say, how do you get your confidence back after you've had a big loss? You know, how do you get back? But like Fozzie said, we're winning 90% of the time, and anyone who doesn't respect that is going to get bitten.
Well, it's history, isn't it? And it's not about being fearful of the All Blacks, it's the doubt. It's the doubt in key moments, and that's what you're after. And the doubt comes from that 89–90% winning successions, and so that's what teams are looking at. It's the big moments in the game that the All Blacks have been able to win through that doubt as well. It's not so much the fact that teams fear us.
You agree?
Oh, absolutely. And I think, look, that's a great conversation, but reality is that what my job is to make sure that we're nailing the next test match, and if we play as well as we can, then I know that teams will understand they've got to be at their best when they play us. So there's a lot about this we control, and it's up to us to show that.